Diamond Hearts beat.
Hello everybody, this is Armstrong Hyper Sports here, back in with another video today. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about the 2020 upcoming NHL draft. Specifically, today is going to be a mock draft video. I'm going to be going over every single pick of the first round, each team's selection, and what I personally believe that these teams are going to pick. So this video does not stretch on too long. I am only going to be discussing the top 15 picks in depth. So while I'm giving out the details of this video, the first 16 picks will be flowing on the screen to the left. So what is going to be the topic on today's video? Well, the top 15 picks of all the teams, going from the 15th pick from the Columbus Blue Jackets all the way down to the first overall pick from the Detroit Red Wings. I'm going to be giving you details on every single pick, the prospects, what I personally think on the prospects, and what this prospect could potentially give to the team, and why I personally believe this team will end up picking this player. Of course, this is personally my opinion, and things could obviously change, and this could very easily be wrong at the end of the day, as things will change. This will be my May edition of this mock draft, and I will probably make another one in June, unless my opinion doesn't change that much. Anyways, getting around into this video, with the 15th overall pick, I have the Columbus Blue Jackets selecting a right winger, Jack Quinn. Jack Quinn is one of the best goal scorers in this draft, in a draft that has a lot of playmaking abilities and not that many pure snipers. Jack Quinn is one of those type of players, one of the best shots in this draft, and personally a steal for Columbus in this pick, as in other drafts this guy could easily go into the top 10. Great shot, great play, great sniper, however a bit of a late bloomer, as he only started to put up high numbers this season, as in seasons prior he's only been like a half a point per game player. Unlike other players, Jack Quinn may have not quite reached his full ceiling, so in a couple of years from now, this pick could easily be a steal for Columbus. Going into my 14th overall pick, I have the Florida Panthers selecting center Dylan Holloway. One of the biggest centers in this draft, in a draft where the majority of centers aren't really that big and they focus more on speed. Dylan Holloway is a physical, big, strong frame skater who really capitalizes on speed in straight lines through the middle of the ice. Definitely could see this guy being a potential penalty killer. Definitely, yeah, he definitely has the frame to do so, and I think he could definitely help Florida in potentially a second line role, and definitely a potential shutdown center in that position for Florida. Moving on to the 13th overall pick, I have the New York Rangers selecting Dayton Mercer, right winger. One of the best stick handlers in this draft, and really has the patience to slow it down low to the ice. I was watching a lot of clip on this guy, and I was really noticing how he would just slow down the slow down time down low in the slot. He really did look like he could stick handle in a phone booth, as a lot of people would say. He was going 1v3 and he was just dangling between the legs, making it look easy and super slow, relaxed, calm movements. Pair that with soft hands and an accurate shot gives you a really good prospect. New York would be happy to add this guy to their young core. Moving on to the 12th overall pick, I have the Winnipeg Jets selecting right winger Noel Gunler. The only reason why I can't see Gunler going any higher than this position is because there are apparent rumors of him having attitude issues. So despite the fact that this guy has an incredible talents, he's a great sniper, he thrives in the toe drag wrister, kind of similar to how we all know Austin Matthews. He has a super high hockey IQ, he's a great playmaker, he really sees openings in the ice. However, thanks to the attitude issues, I can't see him going any higher than this position, although his skill rating definitely applauds that. If I'm Winnipeg here, if I can get him under control, if those attitude issues are actually true, which I can't see them not being, Winnipeg will have a serious steal in this 12th overall pick. Moving on to the 11th overall pick, I have the Minnesota Wild selecting goaltender Yaroslav Askarov. I'm sorry if I messed up that name. I know that everyone is talking about this guy, but he has the potential to be the next Carey Price. He really has that type of poised ability in net, and he really does have that type of persona as a potential go-to number one goaltender as soon as next year. And I'm looking at these teams, and I'm seeing which team could benefit from a nice up-and-coming young goaltender. And I look at Minnesota. You have Devin Dubnyk. He's 32. He was already starting to show some decline last year. No offense, but I can't see them wanting to continue Dubnyk for another season. If not, definitely not a couple seasons down the line. And you add Yaroslav Askarov into the mix, and that could really give you the option to replace Dubnyk down the line. Am I saying that Askarov could be as good as Dubnyk as far as this upcoming season goes? Not really, but definitely down the wing, definitely a great replacement for him. Moving on to the 10th overall pick, I have the New Jersey Devils selecting center Anton Lundell. Anton Lundell is one of the better two-way centers we have in this league. He's great at positioning, and he always tends to know where to be in the ice. He always tends to move properly. He always tends to be in proper positions to receive passes, to back up. He always tends to know where to be and when to be there. He has the potential to be an elite two-way center in this league, and he's great in the face-off center. He's great in the face-off square. If I'm New Jersey, I'll be happy to select this guy with the 10th overall pick. Moving on to the 9th overall pick, I have the Chicago Blackhawks selecting right winger Seth Jarvis. Seth Jarvis could very possibly go up higher in this draft, especially if he was in a different draft class. But considering everybody up top is just so damn good, I can't even tell you how much trouble I was having selecting these top 10 picks. But in the end, I have Seth Jarvis going at this position, and if I was Chicago, I'd be happy to select this guy. Great speed, amazing skater. You really see this guy forechecking, and he really does remind me of a Connor McDavid-esque skater. I'm not saying he's going to be as good as McDavid, but he really does show off some of those same qualities on the forecheck, the way that he skates. Just look at his highlights and you'll see what I mean. Moving on to the 8th overall pick, I have the Montreal Canadiens selecting right winger Alexander Holtz. Alexander Holtz is basically Seth Jarvis, but better offensively, which is why I have him going slightly above Seth Jarvis. Great skater, terrific speed, really fast hands, good stick handler, high hockey IQ, and an absolute bullet of a shot, which is the main thing that differentiates Jarvis from Holtz. Moving on to the 7th overall pick, I have the Buffalo Sabres selecting center Cole Perfetti. I'm really high on this guy. I really think he has the potential to be maybe one of the best centers in this draft. And yes, this is a draft with Stützle and Marco Rossi. I just see that type of potential in this guy. Great playmaker, insane vision, potential power play threat. I'm not kidding. Bring this guy to Buffalo. He can run your power play. And just having that 1-2 bang-bang center threat in Eichel and Perfetti could really help out the Sabres team going down the line. At the 6th overall pick, I have the New Jersey Devils selecting center Marco Rossi. Marco Rossi, I was thinking of putting him higher up the rankings, but unfortunately everybody else above is just way too good. However, this is an absolute steal of your New Jersey. If you were to get this guy along with Anton Lundell, it will really help out your future going forward. Marco Rossi has great vision and amazing playmaking potential, along with a lot of players in this draft. He has great patience and poise while creating the plays, and he doesn't seem to rush passes when he doesn't need to, including an incredibly high hockey IQ equals an absolute steal for the New Jersey Devils. Moving on to the 5th overall pick, I have the Anaheim Ducks selecting left winger Lucas Raymond. Lucas Raymond really reminds me of kind of like the Mitch Marner of this draft. He has great speed, great playmaking capabilities. He's an incredible stick handler, and he just seems to make everybody else around him better. And bring this guy to Anaheim, and he will make that kind of underappreciated, kind of bad, if I'm going to be completely honest, offense in Anaheim, and he will make all of those mediocre players in Anaheim 10 times better. Let me tell you that. And I will be happy to select him with the 5th overall pick. Moving on to the 4th overall pick, I have the LA Kings selecting center Tim Stützle. Tim Stützle has the potential to be one of the best centers in this draft. If I'm not kidding, probably one of the best centers. But with the next 2 picks, I can't see Ottawa wanting to select 2 centers. So I have Tim Stützle being able to fall to the LA Kings. Great stick handling and puck control. Best stick handler in the draft. Like the puck is on a string. I'm not kidding. You can't take it off this guy. He's so good at cycling down low and doing stuff like that. Pair this with an incredibly high ceiling and great passing. Makes Stützle one of the biggest steals in this draft and one of the most underrated players in this draft. LA Kings would be very happy to select this guy and have him as their new building stone towards a potential new dynasty. Moving on to the 3rd overall pick, I have the Ottawa Senators selecting with San Jose's pick, defenseman Jamie Drysdale. Jamie Drysdale is potentially one of the most unique and more interesting prospects in this draft. If you put this guy in your power play, he will absolutely run it. This guy's skating, specifically, is one of the things I love about him. And watching his clip, I was just amazed by how easy he made his skating look. Very like Bobby Orr-esque. I'm not kidding you, he was skating from his end of the ice all the way to the other end of the ice, stick handling through people and just making an absolute fool out of the entire opposition. And the way that he cycles in the offensive zone is incredible. Put this guy on the power play and you will be happy with the results. Not to mention the fact that he is one of the best backwards skaters I have ever seen. The way that he cycles around down low, constantly moving the puck, constantly looking for passing lanes in front of the puck, cycling it down low behind the net. He will do literally everything. And one thing I liked about him the most is he never seems to stop moving his feet. He's constantly moving, skating around, and trying to cause openings. It is an absolute terror to cover this guy in the offensive zone. And I think Ottawa will be very happy to select this guy and pair him with potentially Thomas Chabot. If I was Ottawa, I'd be pretty happy with this pairing. Yeah. All jokes aside, that would be a match made in heaven. Would you imagine Jamie Drysdale paired with Thomas Chabot? Ooh, that'll be fun, people. Alright, moving on to Ottawa's 2nd overall pick. We have their own pick. Ottawa, with the 2nd overall draft, will select center Quinton Byfield. And these next 2 picks are the 2 picks which I don't think will change even in the draft. These are the 2 picks that I think I'm probably certain about. Quinton Byfield is without a doubt the 2nd best player in this draft. He has amazing speed, fast acceleration. He has a big frame, but he's super quick, something that you don't see nowadays. However, he could improve on his edges. He's not exactly the best player speed-wise when it comes to diagonally. Like if you were to move from the center to the outer ring and then around, there's other players that can do it a lot faster. But if you were to just travel in a straight line, Byfield would beat the majority of players with his type of frame. If you can get Quinton Byfield to actually start playing around his frame and maybe focus on checking a little bit more and using that giant frame plus the incredible speed, plus just one of the best shots in this draft potentially. Great in transition due to that amazing speed. Great forechecker, great threat in that, potential penalty kill threat. If I was Ottawa, I'd be happy to take Quinton Byfield and take Jamie Drysdale along with other players that you already have, Connor Brown, Thomas Chabot, etc., and build your next dynasty. If I was Ottawa, I'd be definitely writing them down as a potential dark horse candidate next season, especially if they can lock down these 2 picks. Moving on to the 1st overall and final pick in this draft, we have the Detroit Red Wings selecting, I think it's pretty obvious, left winger Alexis Lafreniere. One of the best player in this draft. I don't need to say one of the best anymore. I've already said it too much in this video. This is the best player in the draft. He can do anything, dude. He's one of the best defensive players in the draft. He's one of the best two-way players in the draft. One of the best shots in the draft. One of the best vision in the draft. He has a big frame. He has everything. This guy is the most versatile guy I've ever seen. Like most people that you see in the number 1 overall pick, you always have that kind of doubt where it's like, okay, they have a high ceiling and they could be the next big thing. but they also have this, and this, which could hinder their career. Lafreniere doesn't have that. Lafreniere has everything in the book going for him. Speed, size, puck pursuit, power play, penalty kill, shot, playmaking, vision, everything. Name one category that main scouts look for, and Lafreniere not only has that, but he's on the top. It's almost amazing how much things this guy can do. Most overall picks we've seen in the past, Connor McDavid with his speed, Austin Matthews with his shots, but Lafreniere really just does it all. And if Detroit picks this guy up, not to mention some of the other young prospects that they already have, they could seriously do some legit damage, and I'm excited to see what Lafreniere can do with this Detroit Red Wings team. Anyways, that concludes my video. Thank you everybody for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Also, please make sure to share this video with a friend so more people can start seeing these videos and enjoy it just as much as you enjoy it. Also, guys, right now we're in quarantine. I know it really sucks that we aren't allowed to go outside and have fun. I know I want to. But unfortunately, we're just forced to stay inside, make sure this virus does not spread. Soon enough, this virus will be over and we'll be able to go outside and explore the world again. In the meantime, guys, stay healthy, stay inside, do not go outside, please, I beg of you, and have a great day. Thank you, everybody. Armstrong Hyper Sports, signing out. Peace.